Hi everyone, it's Nicole, and I just thought I'd show you my sweatshirt that my daughter Caitlin got for me for Mother's Day, and it's made with the baby's onesie. So this is Mason, this is Alexis, this is Mason, this is Alexis, and this one here is Alexis, but it's one with a little camper because we love camping. And then on the sleeve, it has Mason and Alexis on it. Mammy! I love it. Now today we're here, by the way, to clean out my floor area 2, I guess, of my scrap room. And it is a mess. Now, downstairs, it was quite warm, or quite cold. So I was wearing this, but I came upstairs and it is so hot. So I'll probably take this off and just have my t-shirt and get started on this floor. I'm going to put a timer on. I'm going to work for an hour. This is Saturday, so I don't want to, work all day. I still have to edit some videos actually. So, but let's see what an hour can get done. So let's get going with, I guess it's part number 3 because my desk, I divided it in 2, but this is like the second area that we're cleaning. So we might just clean this part right here. I'll flip the camera around and show you during the voiceover what part that we want to work on. So here we go. So here it is. You see that black tote? I have a lot of page kits in there. All in front of it, it kind of overflowed. I want to clean up. That's going to be another day, but so anyway, let's get started. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed at the beginning of the video, it said part 3 of question mark, because this is, I think, going to take me longer than I thought it would. I thought I could divide it in like 3 times, but this part here, because I wanted to be pretty meticulous about it, it's going to take me a little bit of time. I don't know if you remember way back, I said, oh, I'm trying to work on, putting my simple stories, papers, and embellishments back together and 49 and Market. Well, by going through this the way I am right now, it's making it so that I am doing that, but I have to do it in a few steps. First of all, I guess I should have realized, but I had close to 75 plus page kits in those baggies. So I went through, as of today, the next video you'll see, I basically finished them. I think I have 2 left. And today I was just like, okay, I need a break. But I take everything out. And for now, it's kind of like I said, it's going to be a few parts, because first thing I do is I put embellishments with embellishments. Now, I am separating 2 companies right now. My own, like my digital files, I'm putting them together right away in 49 and Market. And then a little later, you'll see that I put another one into a baggie. So either I knew I was going to have a lot of it, or I knew that there was just a little bit of it and I wanted to put it together right away. So this day, I put in an hour, which I counted the empty bags at the end, and it ended up being 25 page kits. So I was like, okay, there's probably between 75 and 100, so that's 3 to 4 hours just to take everything out and separate it. So what I'm doing is I'm putting embellishments together and loose embellishments in a pile. I'm putting like sticker sheets and packages together. I'm putting all the pattern papers all together, and then all the cardstock all together. And the reason that I do that is even though I have a desk that's 4 feet by 10 feet, I have 4 feet by 6 feet that I have available right now, because I use 4 feet of it. So there's no way that I have enough room to right off the bat, put all simple stories together and all Cartabella and all, I just don't have the room for that. So I'm going to have to sort through stuff a couple of times. But I'm okay with that because I'll tell you, I was going through this and I was like, oh my goodness, that pattern paper. Like, I'm excited. It's like I went through and I found new stuff, like new pattern papers and new embellishments. And it was, I wouldn't say it was fun, but it was satisfying to get done. Now, a thing that I did was to make the time go by is I did put an audiobook on and I'm listening to the audiobook and I'm doing this. So at least I'm getting, another thing done. And you see that box that I have there? That's where I keep my big baggies. So I'm putting those right away in the box. So that is helping. Now, once I have, and you might say, I forgot to say this, Nicole, you just got your desk cleaned up and you're bringing all that stuff on. But in order to get anything else done in the room, the desk had to kind of be number one that was done. And then I was able to, then separate other stuff because there's no way, like all this stuff was on the floor. There's no way that I could sit on the floor and separate all that. That would just kill my legs and kill my hips. So yes, I'm bringing everything up to the desk. And I have to tell you, my desk right now, it's full of piles. But the way I look at it, it's all in piles. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to go again and I'm going to tackle one of those piles, whether it's the embellishments, whether it's the pattern papers, whether it's the cards. Well, the cardstock, we're going to tackle it in this video. But at least, I'm standing up and I'm able to I have one of those mats that, are to stand on so it doesn't kill your back. So I have that on there and I'm able to, work at least for an hour standing up. And then I could have done longer, but then I kind of, as I'm going through this, I'm like, oh, I can make page kits with all of this. It felt so good to go through and kind of see everything again and kind of got me inspired to make page kits. So this week, the make a page kits that I'm going to do for my crop, it is pulling from these papers and embellishments. Okay, I just changed the angle and usually I zoom in a little bit more than this, but we have to make so many piles that I thought this way at least you'll get to see more piles than if I zoomed in because I literally have to use that entire area. At some point there you saw me going to get, I refilled my water glass because it is a scorcher in my scrap room and I keep forgetting that this time of year it gets so warm and for the rest of the summer it's going to be really warm in my scrap room. So I'm going to have to make sure that I go and get stuff done pretty early in the morning. So as you can see, I have a pile that is cardstock and for now I'm putting everything all together because if you can imagine, if for the cardstock I did a pile of yellow, a pile of gray, a pile of blue, and then for the pattern papers, if I did Simple Stories 49 Market, I just wouldn't have enough room. So what I'm going to do is just put all the pattern papers together, all the loose die cuts and stuff together. And then you can see off to the side there, I have the package die cuts. And then that way, when I get to that, and I'll bring you along when I do that too, when I get to that, then it'll be, the loose ones are together. And really the loose ones, apart from 49 and Market, maybe Simple Stories, I don't know if I could figure out which company it is, but 49 Market, I'm pretty confident. And as I'm going through this, I'm like, why is there garbage in here? Like little pieces of paper. So that's another thing. You know, when I went through that, I did throw out all the stuff that did not need to be in there. And I'm still keeping pretty small pieces of papers because a lot of times I will do like block layouts with those. And so I like to keep those around. But the little thin strips, I got rid of that. Or if I found the pieces of pattern papers were a little too small. And at the speed that I'm going right now, I wish I could go that fast, to tell you the truth, you know, to kind of get through this. Maybe instead of, 3 hours to get through 75 page kits, I could have done it in an hour. While I'm thinking of it, I'm going to show you how I'm going to separate those scraps of cardstock. Probably, I think it's towards the end of the video. But let me know how you kind of take care of those scraps. Because, if we had a system that is, good for keeping our scraps so that we could see them, then we wouldn't be cutting into new sheets of, let's say, brown or black, or because we don't know where the other stuff is. Now, I have to say, a lot of these, like I said, they were in page kits. I don't know. Like I'm thinking of, Project 100. I want to do 100 page kits. Now I'm like, whew, that's a lot of page kits to have around. You know what I mean? Like in those bags. Because there was 75 right now that were, in those bags, and it was a lot of work to go through them. So I don't know if I'm going to bring that number down, like to maybe 50, and then that way, if, because I think I'm just going to do like day crops from now on. So if a day crop comes up, then I can just pull from those really quickly and then do the things that I do when I go to a crop, make sure that I add, ribbon and washi tape and, those little extra things like that. And then add pictures, do the journaling, add sketches, that kind of stuff, and put a title on wax paper. That could be done fairly quickly compared to, having to make all the page kits. Now, one thing that I found at first when I was doing this, as you can tell, I'm doing one baggie at a time. And really, I guess it doesn't matter. You have to go through them. But I found it kind of annoying to empty the baggie and then go through it and all that stuff. So eventually I'm going to throw on, 5 or 6 of them all at once, and then I'm going to sort through it. Now, this is a Maggie Holmes die cut pack, and I want to keep it together, but of course it was open, so I'm trying to get some washi tape, and then I just glue the package back together so it doesn't come apart. And I'm going to keep going, putting the pattern papers in one area, the cardstock. Oh, one thing that I do is, if it's a full sheet of cardstock, if it's a full sheet of pattern paper, I put them in a different spot, because then they can be used as backgrounds, or, like to put in kits as full sheets. So I do have a separate pile for that too. And that pile, I'm putting both cardstock and pattern papers in that pile. So I guess this is the point that I went, okay, I think I've done enough for today, but I want to start separating out, a little bit of things. So once I had done all this, I took all the plastic bags out of the box and counted them, and there was 25. From then on, what I did was I would take 25 page kits and put on my desk, and then once I was done, I knew that I had 25. So again, I'm not going through it and saying I'm doing a pile of yellow, a pile of red, a pile of pink, because I think that's going to be too much. But in one pile, I'm doing all my neutrals, so the black, the white, the gray, the brown, those colors. Then in the other one, I'm doing pink, red, purple, and then in the other pile, I'm doing blue, green, yellow, and orange. So by doing that, I know that, and I think what I'm going to do is when I'm going to put, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those plastic bags and I'm going to put those scraps in. And on the front of it, I'm going to put black, brown. I'm going to write down the colors, and I'm going to have a specific spot in my room that if I know I want a black piece of cardstock that's just a leftover, I'm going to go and get that baggie. So I think that's the way I'm going to do it for now. And then, if I can think of a better way to do it, then I'll do that. I think I do end up, doing a few more page kits after this. Maybe I wasn't quite at 25. I just found that I had so many cardstocks sitting there. They were kind of getting in the way. Now, this is the other company that I said that I was like, ooh, I want to keep this together because I don't have a lot. It's the Cocoa Vanilla company, and this is Storyteller, and I love this collection. So I go back through, I find the pattern papers, I find all the embellishments. I'm going to go get a baggie, and I'm going to go get a sticker, and I'm going to put Cocoa Vanilla, because there's no way that I have enough iris containers that I can do every single company. So at some point, I'm going to have to do it in these baggies like this. So I'm already starting. I already have one, for Simple Stories. I have one for a few different companies, just because, even with the iris containers, I was kind of thinking it was just going to be embellishments and not pattern papers. So it's funny because I hadn't seen anything from Cocoa Vanilla this whole time, and then 2 baggies in a row I have Cocoa Vanilla stuff. So it was perfect, because then I just ended up putting it right with this. And this is 2 different collections, but I'm putting everything in the same bag. So I see a lot of stuff there from 49 and Market. I have a little pile where I'm putting everything in it. And then eventually the pile gets a little too big, so then I take, a baggie and I put everything in there. Okay, so my next question, because I haven't figured out yet, I think I'm going to put all my loose embellishments that I have no idea where they belong to in an iris container all together, and then I can dig through that, if I want to find something. Maybe eventually I'll take the time to try to separate it by maybe theme, like flowers all together, that kind of stuff, birds all together, butterflies together eventually. But I think that's going to be quite a ways from here, because I have so much organizing to do, and I plan to kind of take you along with, to get all that done. 2024, I said that was going to be my 1 year where I was going to try and get organized in my craft room. So this is the last one I'm going to be putting together. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Give me some little tips on how to organize certain things. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.